I'm gonna explain to you exactly why cheat days are the exact reason why you're not able to actually get results. I'm gonna explain to you why it's fucking stupid and what you should actually do instead. I wanna make sure this is the only video on the entire internet that you need to watch to ensure you get success for the rest of your life, instead of you getting whacked with a whole bunch of misinformation on the internet. Now you're probably wondering why I should listen to this fucking handsome, tatted Indian guy on the internet. Well look, I've been a coach for a little over 7 years, and I've helped over fucking 5, 6, I've lost count now, 100 people lose weight using my methods of flexible dieting. And I want to start utilizing the last fucking 6, 7 years of me being a coach to now help you beautiful people who are watching me today. So let's go over cheat days, exactly why it's holding you back, exactly why it's stopping you from hitting your goals, and let's see if we can actually break some limiting mindsets. Let's go. Now let's talk about what is a cheat day. Okay, we're gonna hit the basics so you can have full understanding about this topic. Now, what is a cheat day? A cheat day is essentially one day in the week where you get to eat whatever the fuck you want because you killed yourself Monday to Saturday with your diet and your cardio. That's essentially what a cheat day is. Now, you've probably seen a lot of these videos online, like 10,000 calorie challenge, 5,000 calorie challenge, 50,000 calorie challenge. Those are days where they literally try to eat as many calories as possible in an entire day. And look, most of the time they are usually their cheat days or they're just used for content, but to give you some context, that's what it is, okay? Where they're eating, they're waking up having pancakes, donuts, fried chicken burgers, pizzas, pastas, ice creams, you know, you fucking name it, all in one particular day. Now, that's what a cheat day is. Let's now talk about why it's used. I want to bring you guys back to class. Okay. So why is this used? But why? But why the fuck a cheat day is used? Okay, let me tell you. Now, cheat days are used for one reason only. To ensure diet adherence. To make sure that you can show up to your diet every fucking week and get results. Because at the end of the week, if you know you've been on the Stairmaster for an hour, you've been on 1,500 calories every single day, you've been walking 10, 15,000 steps per day, you know at the end of the week, you get to crunch down a fucking fat fried chicken burger. And you have an entire day to eat whatever the fuck you want. That's essentially what a cheat day is. You're literally just waiting for the end of the week, just like you work a 9 to 5, you wait for the weekend to fucking do what the hell you want. Well, that's this. You're enslaved in another aspect of your life if one wasn't enough. So here's another aspect of slavery, being a slave to your fucking diet and being a slave to your actual training regime. And yeah, just having to enjoy one particular moment in your entire life. Now, I'm gonna explain to you why this is also detrimental, okay? We're gonna have why times 2. Now, why this is detrimental? I want you guys to think about this. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You're now forced to have 1,500 calories per day. Let's even call it 1,300 calories per day, okay? Your maintenance is around 2,500 to 2,700 calories. You're in a rough 1,000 calorie deficit just from the diet alone. On top of that, you've been thrown into 10,000 steps per day. That's probably gonna allow you to burn a good 300 calories on top of that. That's now 1,300 calorie deficit. And you've been thrown into cardio. Okay, you're probably doing 20 minutes of Stairmaster per day, 5 times. That's gonna be about 200 calories per day. That's 1,000 calories. That's then gonna be a 2,000 to 2,300 calorie deficit on a daily basis. That's a lot, okay? That's a lot. Now, don't get it wrong, by the way. If you're doing 2,000 calories, like if you're in a deficit of 2,000 calories for 6 days, okay, I literally can't do a why. That's gonna equal to 12,000 calories burnt in a fucking week. And to burn 1 kilo of fat, you need to burn 7,500 calories, okay? So 1 kg of fats equates to 7,000 cal. 0.5 kg of fat equals 3,500 cal. Now, in saying that, 12,000 is fucking amazing because you're basically burning 2 kilos per week using this method, if you do the Monday to Saturday, right? So Monday to Saturday, you've done 12,000 calories, fantastic. Now, let's bring it down here, okay? Now, it's Sunday. And you've more or less consumed, I think we can call it safe at 6,000 calories, okay? You've consumed plus 6,000 calories, okay? So that means net burn equals 6,000 calories, which means you probably burnt about 0.8 to 0.9 kg in a week. Okay, this is like chicken scratch right now. So this is probably how much you've burnt in an entire week. To go through, to go through all that pain and struggle, you know, of being in a 2,000 calorie deficit per day, you've only ended up burning not even a kilo of fat, right? Is it really worth it? Like, I hope this makes sense. I really want you to understand, like, is it actually worth it to go through all this torture? Does it work? Yes, it does work. In theory, everything fucking works. But in actuality, these things never end up working, because who the fuck is gonna be dieting on negative 2,000 calories per day? How are you gonna go to work and be a sane individual? How are you gonna be in a relationship and actually just, number one, want to fuck your partner? Number two, have the urge to even be in a sane state when she's having an emotional breakdown? And number three, how are you even gonna have the energy to do anything outside of the mundane stuff? You can't even train in the gym. You feel like fucking dog shit being in the gym when you're in a 2,000 calorie deficit. You're gonna end up losing a whole bunch of muscle. You're gonna have absolutely zero drive to do anything, and you're not gonna be able to burn anything through NEAT. And NEAT is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Let's now touch into NEAT, because I think NEAT is gonna be a very, very important aspect for you guys to understand why I think cheat days are absolutely fucking stupid. This is not as clean as I want it to be, but actually, you know what? I have to, bro, I have to. I have to make this clean up. There we go. So we're gonna talk about NEATs. And I don't mean neat and tidy, I mean N-E-A-T. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. What does that mean? Well, funny enough, what I'm doing right now is contributing to my NEAT. This is a non-exercise activity, and it's causing my body to heat up, which means it's thermogenesis. So in saying that, I'm burning calories doing something that has nothing to do with exercise. That's what NEAT is. And if you're on a 2,000 calorie deficit, you're not gonna have any NEAT at all, because your body is in conservation mode. It doesn't want to move. It doesn't want to expend any energy. So that means, if you've noticed, like if you've seen someone on like a crazy crash diet, they'd have like no fucking energy, and they're kind of just like sitting there. You know, they don't even want to talk too much. They want to communicate too much. They don't want to move. They're like a fucking sloth. Well, that's because their NEAT is at its lowest. Now, a fun fact is that diet training does not even come close to NEAT when it comes to burning calories. NEAT is the biggest contributor to fat loss, because if you can have a high level of NEAT, that means you have a high level of energy to do your day-to-day tasks, which means that you'll then have more energy and more calories to burn on a day-to-day basis, right? So let's say, for example, you're cleaning the house, you're doing the dishes, you're doing the washing, and you're moving around, you're presenting like this, you're moving your hands around, XYZ. This is all NEAT, and this all contributes to a higher calorie burn as compared to just diet and exercise. So I'm gonna put up a graph here to show you exactly what I mean by this, because training, I mean, you're kind of like limited to how much you can burn. If you're in the gym, you can probably only burn up to about 300 calories if you've trained like an animal, and that's another misconception, another video I will make as well. And cardio, I mean, look, if you want to be on the treadmill for an entire hour to burn 500 calories, go for it. It's fantastic, but you know, you got to make sure that this is your full-time job then. So then NEAT is a great way to do it. And how do we ensure that we have a lot of NEAT? By not doing massive calorie deficits. Okay, I was gonna write that on the whiteboard, but I just didn't know how to do it. So by not having massive calorie deficits is how we ensure we have high levels of NEAT. Now that I've answered everything so far, I'm just gonna provide you guys with a solution and explain to you guys what you should do instead, all right? So let's remove this off the fucking whiteboard. Bang, bang. Oh man, this thing smells nice. You know the issue with like cleaning products? If you inhale it, it's obviously not good for you, but they just make it smell so fucking nice, bro. I'm not a junkie, I swear. All right, let's do the solution. What the fuck do I do instead? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to explain to you what we're going to do instead. Now, as a coach, and what I do to my clients, I never give them a crash diet, okay? I want to provide you with as much food as possible for you to still lose weight. And how we're going to do this is by introducing something called a lifestyle, not a diet. So let's use the example of an individual with a maintenance of 2,500, okay? So maintenance, cal is equal to 2,500, right? This person is lightly active. You know, you probably go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. Let's say 5 on hour, if you want to be, you know, if you want to go up on the upper end. Let's say you train 3 to 5 times a week. You know, you work a desk job, you know, you're doing a 9 to 5, and you probably hit around like on average about 5,000 steps per day, right? So in that case, you're more or less lightly active. I would say in order for you to lose weight, you know, a comfortable range for us to be would definitely be at the 2,000 cal mark, okay? Is where I'd want you to be in. And that's only a 500 calorie deficit. And if you do some quick maths, 500 times 7 equals to 3,500, and that equals to 0.5 kg per week. So you'll be losing half a kilo a week just with this alone. Now, if you wanted to add some small things in, and this is where I like to say the lifestyle aspect comes in, we're then going to be adding in 10,000 steps per day, okay? Now this is going to provide us with about 300 to 500 calories burned on a daily basis. Now, if that does provide us with up to 500 calories burnt, this literally then takes it to 7,000 calories per week. And if it doesn't, well, then it takes it to about 0.7 to 0.8 kilograms per week, right? Now, does this not seem more simple to you, right? You know, you're eating a 2,000 calorie diet every day, times 7. You're doing 10,000 steps every day, and you're able to lose almost the exact same amount as when you were fucking doing a crash diet. Now, let me paint you a picture on how easy it is to actually enjoy your life. My clients, and I know they always like think I'm taking the piss when I say this. My clients are literally having a Biscoff cheesecake for breakfast. They're having like these fucking Middle Eastern meatballs, or they're having like cheeseburger rice, Nando's chicken and rice, Middle Eastern chicken and rice. They're fucking eating, you know, chicken burgers or beef burgers for lunch. For a pre-workout meal, they're having like a Nutella bagel or a Biscoff donut. And then for dinner, they're having like a nice Supremo pizza, pasta, burgers. You can fucking name these things, man. These are essentially what they're eating. So on a daily basis, we're eating what the crash dieting individual is dreaming about on the weekend. But the catch here is not the fact that we're going to Domino's, we're going to KFC, we're going to Krispy Kreme donuts to get those things. We're making them at home. And these things are not hard to fucking make, okay? I want to show you guys that if you start counting your macros, that if it fits your macros, but actually utilize it in the fact that, you know, 80% of the food that you're eating are clean foods and 20% a bit dirty, you'll be chilling. Now, everything I just mentioned, the pizzas, the burgers, the pastas, the ice cream, the cheesecake, that is literally clean food. That is clean, okay? I just spat everywhere just there, but that is clean. You're adding in the Nutella, you're adding in the Biscoff, okay, cool. That's where it gets a little bit cheeky, but that's where I have the 20% buffer. You know, when it comes to the burgers, you're adding in a bit of like Kewpie mayo sauce that adds to the 20%. Do you get what I'm saying? So that meal plan there has been one of the greatest aspects to my clients getting results time and time again. Okay, so this is a lifestyle that is absolutely possible. You just have to get out of the mindset that cheat days are your end all be all. You'll see a lot of things online where they'll teach you about, massive calorie deficits or doing cardio all the time, or you have to be eating keto, you have to be eating carnivore. Well, let's break it down for you. Oh, you know what? That's another video in itself. I can go into that a little bit later if you want. Just ask me in the comment section below and I'll make that happen. But all of these fad diets do one thing: calorie restriction, and most of the time it puts you in a pretty big calorie deficit, which is the reason why you lose a whole bunch of weight, and is the reason why they end up regaining all that weight back and falling off the diet so quickly, because it wasn't sustainable. That's it. I hope that answered your question. I hope you got what you wanted. And I guarantee you, this is the best video on the internet on why cheat days are fucking useless and why it has been preventing you from hitting your goals. I'll see you guys soon. Laters.